they can have a bus that comes to our facilities every Thursday. And other counties bring their prisoners that are gonna be sentenced to PDC and pick them up, what they call the chain. And it depends on how many we've got ready. I don't know exactly how many they normally pick up, but it just depends on.
Sometimes 20 people at one time from all different counties bring them out.
No, they come every Thursday. TDC.
No matter what.
Well,
Normally,
we have what you call the hub.
yeah.
Hunt County's the hub. We have a sally port, in other words, a closed-in garage. And all these counties surrounding us come to us and bring the inmates in every week. And we bus them out from there.
So we may only have one or two
One or two
from
or
our
not any.
facility that's actually catching the chain that day, but the chain may pick up 20 to 25 because it's the people from the other counties that have been brought in that are sitting there. And they come like early in the morning time, so they're only there for a few hours waiting for the bus to get there.
But anyway, we can help you. Give us a call. Anybody else, a situation about work, whatever, just let me know. We'll try to help you the best we can. All right. Very good.
Thank you. Hey, Wayne, will you come and Wayne's over our 911, over our communications. I'm gonna let him tell you how that works.
First of all, we have pins up here. Anybody needs a pen, that's some free giveaways up here. The communications office is just like the detention center and the deputies. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Never closed. It's always manned. Anytime anyone calls from an unincorporated area, anywhere in the county besides Greenville and Commerce, they have their own 911 system. Anywhere else in the county, when you call 911, it comes to the sheriff's office. That'd be for law enforcement, for medical, or for fire. For medical and for fire, we transfer it to the agency that dispatches for it, but we answer the initial call. In 2014, we have 4 911 lines and we have 4 regular administrative lines. In 2014, on our 911 system only, our operators answered 40,000 911 calls for the year. So it's busy. You have an accident on the interstate, within 5 minutes of that accident, you're going to get 30 to 50 calls, because everybody on the interstate is calling to tell you about the accident. You have a fire anywhere in the county, we're going to get the initial calls. We transfer them on, or we tell them the fire department's on the way if we already know that American Medical Response is dispatched. We'll tell them, just say it's having to transfer all the calls to them. We'll kind of shield them from all the calls. But yeah, 40,000 calls, and that's a lot. We have 10 operators, and 2 on duty at all times. We're there to help. We're there to answer your call, help you out, anything you need. Any questions about the 911 system?
With the response time in this area?
That would, the patrol, I mean, we get a call, we type a call sheet on the system, and within a minute or 2, we dispatch the call to the deputy. Their response time, you'd have to ask, transfer to, we stay on with them, we tell them what language we need. They have people that they just get on the phone and they translate for us. So, whether it be Spanish, Korean, Japanese, whatever it is. So we tell the translator what to ask, they ask them, and they answer them, and they tell us the answer. Yes,
One
ma'am.
question, because I'm not that knowledgeable about 911.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
are the county calls separate from the Greenville calls, or does everything go into like 911?
Well, that, Greenville has a separate 911 system. Commerce has a separate 911 system. If you're in their, if you're in their city limits and you call 911, it'll go to them.
We're in the city limits.
It'll go
Yeah,
to the
it'll go,
county. Anywhere
So we go
beside
to the
those two
county
cities,
one.
anywhere beside those two cities, goes to the sheriff's office.
yeah, any nine-one-one call will go to us,
Yes, ma'am.
other than Greenville call.
Anybody else? Thank you.
Let me address that response. When I was campaigning for sheriff, and especially down here in South Florida County, I would get a lot of people said it takes 45 minutes an hour for a deputy to come, if they come at all. And they said they never saw a deputy. So when I took office, what we did, we looked at the county and we took the number of call volumes and we divided the county up into 4 districts according to call volumes. District 1, which is everything north of Interstate 30, is a huge geographical area. However, very few calls there. District 3, which is Quinlan, West Waukene, and that area, that was our largest call volume. So it's small in area, but our call volume was large there. So we divided, we put a deputy. Matter of fact, on good days and nights, we'd like to have 2 in that district. And that was one of the reasons why we wanted to have the South Command post. Because if a deputy made an arrest, say down in Hawk Cove or down here, they would have to drive to Greenville, do their paperwork, look their prisoner in. It leaves them out of this district here. And it takes an hour or 2 to get them booked in. Now that we have the South Command post, they can go there, do their paperwork. They'll call the jail and transport will come down and pick up that prisoner. 30 minutes time, they're back out on the street in their district. And that way they don't have to go all the way to Greenville and spend all that time there. They can be back out patrolling in a short amount of time.
Where's that at?
It's on 276, the top of the hill. You know where the top of the hill is? It's right there. Right there. We've had that open a couple of years now. That's really helped us a lot on our response time. So I was going to tell you about something else. I don't know.
So if we call 911, y'all don't show up, we just shoot the guy, or?
We'll show up. We'll show up. Normally on a normal night, we'll have 4 districts, 1 in each district, and a patrol sergeant. Alan, sometimes we'll have 5.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes.
Yes.
If we don't have any out on vacation or sick, but we will have at least 1 patrol deputy in your district, and then we have a patrol sergeant that's on duty. So the patrol sergeants work. They work very hard. They answer calls just like the deputies do, but they're in charge of that shift. So, of course, it wouldn't take long. There's 850 square miles in Hunt County. It doesn't take long. We have a domestic disturbance in Union Valley, and we have another one north of Commerce. We always send 2 officers on domestic violence call, so then we're sharp pretty quick. So each year we're always asking for more deputies because with this large area that we have to cover, we really need them. So, but anyway, that's helped a lot on the response time, and I hope that y'all are seeing deputies in your area. If you're not, let me know because they're supposed to be out there patrolling and going through all the different areas in the county. So I'll be glad to open this up for questions. Anybody has any questions? Yes, sir.
Could I get some help at 1565 and 276 to get a stoplight there?
You know, I wish I could help you. That's not my department.
They the
Have you
highway
talked to the
department.
Texas Department of Transportation?
Yeah, they said there's gonna be 7 fatalities first, within
Are you
3
kidding
years.
me?
We just had another major accident there Saturday, we've had some other fatalities. I've tried to call the highway department says the county commissioner's got to petition them first. I can't get him to return a call. I'm fixing to have all the news stations out there. I'm tired of the wreck.
I don't blame you. And they said they had to have 7 people
7
killed.
fatalities within 3 years. That's what DOT keeps saying.
Wow, horrible.
Couldn't they just up that?
I'm sorry?
Couldn't they just up that?
I don't know, but I'm fixed to come unwound on them. I've got a camera on the intersection now, and I've had it on there for 2 years. It took me 2 years after we went from 2 lane to 4 lane, fighting them to get the yellow blinking light back up.
Yeah.
And they said then they could not put a stoplight there unless there was 7 fatalities.
Wow.
Actually, it was 3 then. Then 2 years later, we were fighting them again after a couple
They
of
upped
fatalities,
to 7.
and they said 7. And so I think it's time that we get some help somehow.
Dylan, can Senator Hall help on that part, or?
You know, I was going to ask if I could interrupt for a minute. You might want to consider getting a petition signed by primary voters, people who have actually voted in your Republican primary, and deliver that to Mr. Hall.
We've talked about that, and but they're saying the petition won't make a difference if they don't get a case study done, and the county commissioner's got
Well,
to get the case study done.
The petition won't help so much with TxDOT as it will with Mr. Hall. And once Mr. Hall realizes his neck is on the chopping block, that's when you start seeing him talking to people in the state about changing stuff.
I think we'll get plenty of attention once the news gets out there.
Good luck.
Yeah, I had the insurance company call me on the girl that actually caused the accident Saturday, wanted a copy of the video. Well, so did the highway patrol, but I wouldn't let them have it. Because I want some help, and if nobody's gonna give me help, then there's gonna be a lawsuit filed on the state before long.
You have that business right there across from the station?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, it consumes a lot of time. Consumes a lot of time.
Yeah, yeah.
Not accurate.
I tell you, I wanna thank these guys, Union Valley and all the other volunteer fire departments. We work closely with you guys, and man, we couldn't make it out there with y'all. Y'all were out there. I know you've been real busy with a lot of fires, with all the dry and heat that we've had this late in the fall, and we appreciate y'all very much. Y'all are there for us all the time. We thank you very much. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, I did have one question that a friend was asking me that couldn't make it. And she was asking me to ask you guys, you've got a lot of cold cases that have not been solved of missing persons and some attacks, murders. And the question is, what changes will your department be implementing to step up the efforts of addressing communications with families of numerous missing and murdered persons, as well as increasing the investigations to solve the cold cases?
Well, let me tell you this. Those cold cases are very, very dear to me. When I first took office, that was one of the things we concentrated on. However, it takes a lot of time to work those cold cases. Each investigator we have, our lieutenant's not here, our CID lieutenant's not here, they're carrying between 400 or 500 cases each. We have, I think, Chief, 9 investigators, 8 investigators. We had to prioritize things. I'm not saying the cold cases are not important, because they are, but it does take a lot of time, especially when you have to go so many years back. Now, we have taken, the Sheriff's Association of Texas has a cold case review team, and we have taken 2 of our homicides and 1 of our missing persons to them. They examined all the evidence that we had. They did give us some good advice, some leads we followed up on. We are still waiting on some things back from the lab, and it takes a really long time to get DNA and other information from the lab. Even on one of the homicides that's 7 years old, we still don't have everything back from the lab. Joe, you might help me out. I think the legislature mandated that every bit of evidence at a crime scene now has to be tested, where before we just sent what we thought was important and would help us solve that crime. Now, every bit of evidence has to be tested, and that just backlogged them that much more. So they are important to us, and we're working on them when we can. Any other questions?
Hi, Lisa.
Yes, ma'am.
On your patrol services on your agenda for this evening,
Mm-hmm.
you have a breakdown as far as the Union Valley, like there's 702 property-related burglaries and thefts.
Right.
Do you know how many is in the
You
Union
know,
Valley?
Wayne, I don't know if I think our computer system, I've been wanting to get that information myself, and
Still, I've been trying to extract that, but basically all we can get right now is just for the district, which
for the
covers.
total district.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just don't have it set up where we can get that. I'd love to have it. I'd love to have that. Yes, sir.
Sheriff, I live on County Road 2546, I know Bobby does. Lived there over 11 years, and it used to be, families on their roller people could walk down that road safely at night. We used to ride horses down that road. My grandkids used to be able to ride their bicycles. You can't do that anymore. I went to Captain Adams twice about that, and she's very helpful and responded to my concerns about it. Even got it posted 35. We had 18-wheeler sand trucks going down that road, what, 2 years, Bobby?
2546.
2546, right. First, go down here on
Right.
1565. They came along and posted 25 mile an hour speed bump for the trucks that same day. Then I started seeing deputies patrolling, even sitting down past Bobby's house, running radar, slow these people down. Sand trucks were even passing down on that road. That's 35 mile an hour,
Yeah.
on 25 trucks, passing each other. And one day, I was talking to one of the deputies, and he was running radar. I watched him, and I'm ex-law enforcement. The guy was doing 55, he pulls him over. Now, if I'm throwing 35 and doing 65,
Right.
I get a keeper
Right.
from DPS.
Right.
This guy was doing 55 and 35, he got a verbal warning. And I asked him about that. He said, trying to maintain public relations.
I don't, the deputies don't have any orders from me not to write tickets. It is up to them. It's their decision.
But the point is, we still have people, my wife is afraid to walk out to the mailbox. People in the evenings going down that road at 70 miles an hour. It's not
So it's
safe.
not just the trucks.
It's
No,
not safe.
we
It's
got,
not safe. I live on that road.
it's not safe.
It's not safe. I mean, you can check your mail.
We won't walk down the road anymore.
Lieutenant, we can take care of that, Kim.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What highway? 2546. County Road 2546. Got a energy traffic from, boy, they hauling that grass.
But
70 miles an hour.
it's not the big trucks. It's people that live.
We've thought about speed bumps, I don't know if you guys said anything to do with that, or tell the county making these speed bumps there. There's a Montessori school between this house and mine. And, we can do something about that, because, I mean, you can haul it, you can go up and slow down, I was going on Saturday, slow down.
I never had to get too big truck. No.
I'm glad we're here. We can address these problems.
And it's a money maker for y'all.
Captain Allen is great.
Good.
Yeah, that's how you can get more deputies.
Yeah.
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 Probably close up right now.
There's a commission over here tonight.
Yeah, where are they? That's the other thing.
They're invited.
On the traffic enforcement, money goes to the JP in the state of Texas.
You start a Hood County slush fund.
Yeah, but
Hood County slush fund for the city police. You look like a good candidate, man.
Now that, I don't know, we consider the town here in Union Valley. So I know sometimes, 8 police officers, 8 full-time police officers.
Right.
So it's a big problem. What does it take in Union Valley? How big do we have to grow before?
I mean, as soon as you can afford it, you can do it.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, yeah. Campbell, they don't have a police department. They
I wanna be executive, just give me a call, I'll write tickets all day long.
It doesn't matter what your population is, as long as you, it's very.
Give them all the bulletins.
Sir?
Yeah, as long as you can afford it, we give them all the bulletins.
That's right, that's right. Anyone else?
Hey, Sheriff, I had a question. I noticed you was talking about the South Command Post.
Yes, sir.
What was the deal with I noticed the volunteer card.
Yes.
What is that about?
Yeah, so we have a citizens on patrol.
Okay.
That are restricted volunteers. We furnish them a vehicle. They get out and patrol, unincorporated areas of the county for us. Report any crimes that they see to the deputies.
Kind of like the Citizens Police Academy, or?
Most of them live in this area,
Okay.
so we base the car out of the South Command Post.
I got you.
I nominate John Osmond to be the.
You tried to do
How
that.
do you know that word? It says
Volunteer. I'm volunteering.
Sir, that information on the website?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we have a form if you want to volunteer for that to fill out. I hope it's on the website. I think it is.
Is it like a normal shift, like?
You can work whenever you want.
Do you have a
It's
card
just for volunteers.
for the gentleman who's in charge of the patrols and the, like, safety as far as all the roads? We get, there's a lot of home building, which is good for this
Right,
area.
right.
And they're going over, what is it,
Hidden Valley.
Something
On
like
the
that.
other side, it's on side 376 there?
No, on this side.
On this side?
Is it Hidden Oaks or
Hidden
something?
Oaks.
Hidden Oaks, and then further down the Sandy Creek.
Yeah.
And every contractor at 7 o'clock is flying through there.
No, it's Hidden Meadows.
Get to work,
Sandy
and then
Creek.
at 5 o'clock, coming back. And you can't get out of your driveway. You have to wait, and if you get on there and you go the speed limit, they're gonna pass you and, give you all kinds of hand gestures and everything like that, and, you just wanna.
Keep your age.
And it's your own town, and these people are
They're still
letting
their
you
age
go around.
and that.
I call it the legal power.
So you just gotta, we gotta do something about it, 'cause that's.
We're
too
sure.
much.
Chief's taking that down. We'll address it. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
I've got one that just kind of came to me when he said officer discretion. I'm actually down in Ellis County. I was here for my friend that had that question. But when he mentioned that, I was reminded that down in Ellis County, our sheriff and one of our constables has made a big stink about coming out with a statement about the Second Amendment, where they will not be utilizing the probable cause of someone visibly carrying to ask for identification. Because we've got the new law coming up September 1st, that if you are openly carrying a pistol or a modern handgun, then officers can stop you and ask for your license.
That's correct.
And, like I said, we've had those two officers in Ellis County say, we're not going to ask you for your license unless you are violating somebody else's rights with that. And I know you probably can't speak for every officer.
Right.
But do you have a personal opinion on that as an officer for you?
Yes, unless they're doing something suspicious or committing a crime, it's gonna be up to the officer's discretion, but I would prefer that we not bother them unless there's something suspicious about them. If they're in Walmart and they've got a .45 strapped on each hip, and they're going in there looking through the gun case and maybe gonna do some shoplifting or something, then we're gonna ask them to make sure they have that license. What I've been told is that it's the same thing as concealed handgun license, it's just you can carry it over. Still gotta go through the license, through the background check,